7 years running our own production company. Here's 7 lessons we've learned.
Seven years of doing this. How are you feeling?
We didn't stumble on co-founding our own production company. It's something that it was always going to happen. It was written in the stars, in a sense. From when we're children, we always had a flair for this industry without even knowing it was going to be this industry. When it was just rudimentary talent and gifts and interests, you would always have a video camera, and I would always write stories. One of the things that I'm really feeling in my heart right now is just gratitude for the upbringing and parents that we have. Because I remember it was Daddy who told us, girls, in another 5 years, entertainment will be
hot.
Will be hot. Yeah. Oh, he was like, in another 10 years. But that was a long time ago. And we were like, I didn't need an excuse to study what I loved. I didn't need to be convinced. I was like, okay, let's do it, And you paved the way, because I remember that we were going to be on different career paths, conventional career paths. You wanted to be in international relations, and I wanted to be in law. And I remember one day just waking up and thinking, yes, at the time I even considered being a soldier. What?
Or private contractors. Those
like private security.
What?
It's possible I can still go there if writing doesn't work out.
Your plan B.
My plan B. So I'm just like really grateful because you, being in your adventurous spirit, decided to unearth, discover new schools and things, and we ended up going to India, then Florida, and now back to Nigeria, and we have the tools and the skills. My job was just to follow. So once again, I'm grateful for the parents we have, because I remember Mommy and Daddy saying, if you're going here, your sister has to be.
Yeah. I remember that time we used to fight it.
And I was like, why do I? But when I thought about it, I was like, why are they begging me with my destiny? Please let me go, because I want to study screenwriting. I want to work in film, like thinking about working in film. So here we are 7 years later, since 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 years.
7 years.
Makes it 7 years.
July. Yeah.
Yes, July 14 today. Hopefully we're posting the video on the day, but today makes it 7 years, and it's been such a blessing. What today also is the 7-year anniversary of New Girl.
Oh my God, New Girl,
which marks our first official production. Even though our first unofficial production was Presentation, the short film, which is on your YouTube channel, not on Neptune3's.
Because I don't know,
and we called it a Neptune3 production.
Yes,
so Neptune3 made the film for you. So that means you owe me screenwriting fees.
Send me my bill.
You owe me production fees.
Send me my bill. Don't overplan, just do. The same way we did Presentation, I think that's the same approach we had with New Girl. Because when I think about it, there was nothing like fear or, oh my God, what if this doesn't work out? The idea came, we executed, we put it out, and we started promoting it.
We didn't even know that was a strategy for success. We were just eager to get it done. To be like, we have the script, what are we waiting for? Let's cast. Okay, we have the cast, what are we waiting for? Let's go and shoot. And we were dealing with the obstacles as they came. And it's so great because same thing with this video series we've been doing, right? When did I hit you up about, like, we're filming today?
3 days ago.
It was like 3-4 days ago, max, when I told you, Jemima, I have a bunch of topics. Let's just go talk about this stuff because it's been heavy on my mind. Let's just talk about it. And I was like, we're coming in tomorrow to set up in the office. Let's just go and film it.
I think we even almost started making, like, lesson things coming because we're like,
already we started looking for couch, blah, blah, blah.
It's going to take this time to do, just like.
And at some point I was like, see, we have chair. We have table. We don't even need table. Let's just sit down like this, face the camera.
Turn on our lights. Literally, we're actually the only ones here producing this.
And we're here filming this by ourselves because we just want to do. And there's no crew in the room. I mean, we had a friend set up the lights and we had somebody initially on the first couple of days, but we're manning these cameras. Like a couple seconds ago, we just had a mishap with one of the cameras, but shortening that time between planning and execution is so important. And I think that's so poignant for creatives to take note of, because as a creative, your job is to execute. You may think your job is to dream, but your job is to execute, because what happens when you dream and don't execute is that those dreams die, and you have this graveyard in your mind of just things you were planning and hoping to do and wanting to do, and none of it becomes tangible. Nobody sees.
Goes to the graveyard of
Yes,
dreams.
it just
Oh
goes
my
to the graveyard
God,
of dreams,
remember
like
where
with
that film is? Tag Boy, I Love a Girl.
Tag Boy, I Love a Girl, the
That was
graveyard
such
of
a
dreams.
good. Oh my
Yes, that
God.
was so. I don't know if the
Such an important
creator
lesson.
knew that they were making a
Yeah.
point like that. But yes,
That
your ideas
applies.
go to the graveyard of dreams. Like me, same. I have a lot of ghosts in my head. They haunt you when you don't execute your plans. They haunt you. If you're anything like me, they follow you around there. Ooh, your head in the middle of the night.
You see little threads
This
of
idea,
it.
this
Yeah.
one time. Why didn't I? Why
Yeah,
didn't I?
you know how sometimes I see your old books and I'm like, Jesse, this
Yeah,
story.
what happened to this
Where
concept?
is it? Yeah.
See, I'm starting to bring a lot of them back. I'm not even looking for new ideas. Even though ideas drop every day, I try to hold on to what I feel, the stories that I feel are strongest. And it doesn't matter when they were thought up back then. Or obviously, sometimes an idea needs time to
Build.
fester.
Yeah.
Why did I say fester?
grow.
To grow, to, just to incubate. An idea needs time to incubate before it's able to be executed. But most of the time, our ideas can be easily executed. Let's not wait for perfection anymore.
I think that's what people
Yes,
do.
we're learning that you don't wait for perfection, you just do. Oh, we didn't have the couch, sit on the chair.
I remember I used to be like that. I would tell Jessie, this is not there, and I'm waiting for this to be there. And she's like, girl, you will grow old waiting for...
And that's the thing. You may think that
as
thing
well.
that you're wanting to perfect
always
is your
have time.
best idea ever. But in another couple months, a better idea will come. So when that one is fresh and relevant in your mind,
do it.
please get it done. Shorten the gap between planning and execution.
And I think another thing to consider is age, time. Like, you don't really have time. You might think, oh yeah, I'm just 20. I have years. Before you know it, you're 25.
Yep.
Even at 21, there's a lot you can achieve. Even in a year, talk about 6 months. Because that's what New Girl happened. It didn't take up to 6 months.
Yes.
We're already at 20K subscribers. We're already at almost 100,000 views. It didn't even take...
It was within the first month.
Within the first month, all of that happened. And that's because we just did. There's a thing that says, the more you do, the better you become at it.
Yeah.
So instead of sitting and waiting till you think you're able to
well
do
enough.
it, just start it. Make the mistakes.
Yes.
Correct it.
Action teaches faster than theory. So doing makes you better. Makes you learn. Makes you faster. Makes you just a master of your craft. It's not dreaming that does that. It's doing. And we need to take advantage of our youthful exuberance, because sometimes that's the fuel that you need. If you're young in your early 20s, this is the time you should be taking all the risks, taking all the advice, because your brain hasn't slowed down to start considering
There's nothing really holding you.
It's just oh my gosh, let's jump in and do it. And a little reckless abandon can be fuel. And I'm not saying if you're older you can't execute, obviously not. But sometimes that over carefulness gets in the way. But as a young person, you're not even thinking of what sometimes it would even be our mom that be like, but she'll try to help us have some perspective. And we're like, that doesn't matter. Let's just, when we get there, we'll fix it. And that is on your side. It helps. Don't overplan. Just start.
Do it. Just do it.
Just start. It's, what am I sitting on that I should just do? And it's amazing when your mind is constantly in that frame or in that space. You'd be amazed what you can accomplish. Can you think of any projects that we overplanned on? And
oh my gosh, and took forever.
Yeah.
I want to even say another one that we just did was Table for Two. We literally just did it. That was lockdown.
It was the pandemic.
And we're like, wow.
Let's talk about that a little, yes.
There's things to do. Like, there's something we can do. I remember telling you that I'm sure there's something we can do. And like, yes, you have a couple of ideas.
I remember being so afraid of COVID, and rightfully so. But I remember that you had showed me how we can safely navigate
the parameters of
the work.
Safety without.
And that's how I wrote a story that had all the cast were just three.
So it was 2 or 3 at a time.
There were just 4 people that were the main cast who we were majorly shooting with, and we had everybody quarantine in place at the house.
Usually, sometimes on the set, it would just be
Yes.
like 3.
Yes,
Two
we were
key,
minimal
two. It was
crew.
always like nothing more than 5.
And obviously, that's our privilege, and we're so grateful that we even had that space and opportunity. But it's just a testament to how the creative mind, your mind wants to do, but you are the inhibitor. So you need to push past your own self.
Yep.
Except the time where we were burned out, but it's not as a result of procrastination.
Oh my God! First day that had a lot of.
Making the film was not the issue, was it?
Getting the location was an issue. That's the school where we filmed at. The constraint of shooting in Lagos.
Yeah.
Should we probably take this somewhere else? And I remember you said, no, let's just focus and like, we can do this.
First day was a blur. I just remember spending so much money. That's all I remember. But
I remember there were so many obstacles, and at some point I was just like, should we even bother? Yeah, it was it's the most stressful of all our productions from inception
despite
to,
being a short film.
Yep, from inception to the execution. That was actually, for me,
crazy.
That was the most stressful. At some point, I don't even remember that day on set, the first day on set, I wore my bucket hat and I'm just like, yeah, and I was just like,
You know, with first day, we shot the first day.
Yeah.
The first few scenes. It was supposed to all happen on one day, but we shot the first half of it. And the next half within
a month later.
A month apart. It was a month apart. We shot in November and then December. 2 days of shoots. 1 day in November, 1 day in December. And it's because we were working with the school's schedule.
Schedules, younger kids.
It was so easy for our morale to be dead.
It really was. I remember even telling you that, oh my God, I'm never doing an actual short film, like a film with young people.
But it wasn't the actors.
It wasn't them.
Problem.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Now I think about it, it was location, it was the crew,
it was
other things that
there were so many moving parts, and we were so
and things just kept coming up.
And honestly, after that shoot happened, we were so demoralized. It was 2 years later we put it out.
That's what I'm telling you. It was tough. I'm not saying difficult, it was tough compared to like Best Friends.
But that 2 years gave us some perspective, and we were able to look at the product and say, okay, you know what, let's just cut this film again. Let's just make a fresh cut and just see it with new eyes. Let's not try to make it what we wanted it to be. Let's just let it be what it is. And sometimes you have projects that are like that, where you're just, you know what, I have all this footage. Let me make something of it. Don't waste your. I was ready to dump first day in the graveyard, like our first failed project.
Yeah.
But isn't it amazing how that's one of the projects that our fans love the most right now?
Yep.
And are asking for more. And it's like, it's a short film.
Make it a series.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not going back to that project. It's not even because I hate it or anything. It's just, it wasn't designed.
It was just meant to be the one sweet short
It was just,
story.
I wanted it to be just one and done. We actually worked with phenomenal actors.
The kids were
amazing.
Interpretation of their lines, of the scene.
They had really nice command with some tweaks here and there. Like, they knew how to follow the prompts.
They were able to be guided,
Yes. All right, lesson 2. Not everyone's gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
And that's okay.
That happens all the time.
Which kind of ties in with what we were just talking about with first day as well.
I think all our projects.
Honestly.
Every time there's always those skeptical people looking like, what are you doing?
Sometimes you have to try to convince the crew that it seems abstract right now.
Yeah,
maybe
but trust us.
Maybe it seems foreign, it seems out of reach, it seems weird, but we know where we're going. Yeah. We know what we're doing.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing, because if the people around you don't see the vision or don't get it, it can be discouraging, it can be demoralizing, and you're like, maybe this is not such a great idea. But if there has to be something that's driving you beyond just
you have to be clear.
Yes. You have to know what you want to do and then execute that.
Because people around you will try to tweak it to suit their comfort zone.
But some people want to shoot their fears.
Yes. Some people want to shoot it on the road. Let's just do it in a backyard. You want to shoot it in the mall?
Yeah.
No, and that's just their own fears. What's that word? Social anxiety. Maybe they have just different things.
Yeah.
And they will try to use that to curb your idea to suit their own comfort. But you have to be dogged about what you want to do. of course, safety is not if somebody's looking out for your safety, of course, but when they try to limit your idea because they can't fathom it, you're probably with the wrong people, or you've probably not sold your dream clearly enough if they're the right people.
Yeah.
You know, that limitation of ideas, we face it with every production, like you were saying. And I remember with senior year, Best Friends in the World in general, we didn't have to battle that because somehow we were blessed with people who understood what we were doing. You know, it's not that they even understood, they just trusted us.
Yeah.
They just trusted us and they jumped in and involved themselves. And when we would say jump, they would say how high.
Because I mean, prior to Best Friends, the only thing we'd done was New Girl.
Yeah.
Prior to this show, it was just the short film we had done. And prior to that, it was just presentation we had done, which not a lot of people had seen. So they trusted us.
Which
And
was a
that's so-
blessing.
yeah, that's so
It was
rare.
a blessing and a gamble
It's very
because
rare.
what ended up happening is their trust in us allowed us to build trust in ourselves. And later on in as our
Subsequent,
career progressed, when people would question us and we would start to doubt ourselves, we just had to take one look at what we'd done before to say, no, we know what we're doing.
To do
You
it.
may not get it. It may not be conventional, but we know the outcome we're going for. And that's the power of people believing in you or surrounding yourself with people that believe in you, is that they will build you up. And that's what you want as a filmmaker. And that's something we've learned, is to surround ourselves. Now we carefully pick our team. We try to, at least. If anybody's being a naysayer, even if I'm stuck with you on a project, best believe you me, I won't call you for the next one. If you're someone who saps my energy, drinks my blood on set,
energy.
hold your ground, though.
Because at the end of the day, you're the one left with the project.
Yes.
And you remember the vision you had, the idea you had, and then someone else spotted that. I know we've had scenes like that where on set we would want to shoot it a certain way, and then I would say, oh, this is how I want it, and the person would argue.
Give their own idea.
And maybe in that moment I don't really want to be assertive. I'll just take a seat back. But then when I'm editing, I'm like,
why did I
I should have told him shut up and sit down, you know? Because now you've ruined the vision, because now it won't flow the way I had thought it would flow. So that's something very important to be aware of. You have to know your salts, and then
and you have to enforce your salt. You have to sprinkle your salt. It's not just knowing it, because the best work often starts or comes from after people have doubted you. So what I mean by that is, after people have doubted you and you ginger and hold your ground, that's the time when you execute your best. That's the time when you do your best work, because now it's from a place of I have to prove myself, which is important. It's important for me. Let me just check on this sound. Yes, good.
Coming to the third lesson is your team is everything. Which is what we've said, that the people you surround yourself with, the people you even choose to bring your vision to life, are very important. Now, we're not saying that all the time you will find people who support you and believe in it, but sometimes people just do it for the money. They don't care about your dream. It's just, I'm getting paid. So I think that's even when you need to be hawk eyes on the project, because you don't know what anyone's motive is, but you know yours. But then it's nice to know that these people are on the same path with you.
Because the right people will multiply your vision. They will make a mountain out of a molehill.
They make it greater.
But the wrong people will drain your resources, drain your time.
You might not even finish.
As I've made these vice versas, there are projects that immediately pop into my head when I say the right people will multiply you and the wrong people will drain you. And I'm like,
in the different
that's sections. Bad. Don't be the person that comes to mind when somebody is saying, the wrong person will drain your pocket, and it's like, don't be that person. As people who work in film production, I aim to leave a pleasant taste in people's mouths, to be someone who builds other people up. Our most recent project, which is Fashion Girl, immediately one of the people who comes to mind is our production manager, Sunshine. Sunshine literally carried it on her head.
I was about to say she carried it on her back.
She said, you know what? She said, as I'm seeing this thing you are writing, I know what to give you. And I love that. I love when people step up and say, see let's make this thing happen. Let's make it happen. Not people that be like, You want to shoot inside the mall? Okay. When do you pay? When they even pursue us? When now let's just get there first. We never got it there first.
I think everyone on Fashion Girl crew believed in us.
Yes.
I mean, the beginning was a bit difficult because
It
we
was
had to
rough.
get
We were
yeah,
different
it was
people.
different for everybody from different, different systems. But I think after the first 1 or 2 days of rocky starting, everybody kind of just started seeing. I think once we shot the first one and everybody started seeing what it looked like, it was easier. So, which is another thing. If you believe in it, do it. Your team will see that, okay, this person knows what they're doing. But if you let the naysayers and the little things get in your head and they see you be unsure, or they even see you have a moment of doubt, that can spoil everything. So what you can do instead is you can have your doubts, do your doubting in your house. But once you come to the place of the execution, yes, just you have to be positive and believe that it will go
things
accordingly.
Will happen well and things will go well. If you observe that someone isn't a great fit, I'm learning to walk away from that partnership or association. We had a few hiccups with Guli production, and at some point I had debated if a crew member should remain on the team. That was my first time titling myself producer on our production, and it was my job to make sure that the crew was cohesive. However, I regret the decision of not changing that person because it ended up costing quite a lot later on. So I've learned now that I should walk away, change it, make the change. Nobody holds your production in their hand. Nobody holds your dream in their hand. You do. And it's not to say you should be a disagreeable person or an unpleasant person. You can nicely and amicably, part ways. I remember that on Fashion Girl production, we had a bit of a tussle with a crew member, and we changed that person because they weren't a great fit.
We didn't wait this time to see the damage.
We didn't wait to experiment. I was like, you know what? I've once bitten, twice shy. And we had an amazing time till the production ended. It's so important to cut your losses early. Even though you've made some investment, sometimes it's better to cut the losses and then make it up. Just keep it pushing.
Which brings us to our next lesson, that you may have to start over more than once. And that's okay. That's very okay, because back to first day, we had to go back again a month after to finish what we had done. Thankfully, we didn't have to do from scratch, but even if we had to do it from scratch, is there any project we ever had to do from scratch? I mean, maybe just we've had scenes we had to reshoot. It's okay to do the project and it doesn't work out. You say, okay, you know what, scrap this, maybe it's not this time. A few years later, you bring that back in. That would be the perfect fit.
Reinventing something doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back, gain some perspective, and then come back. Because, initially we were talking about our first lesson was that people should just start. They should just do. But sometimes when you just do, you may hit a roadblock that forces you to step back. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to give yourself space so that you can gain perspective, see a new angle, see what you were doing wrong, see what wasn't working, and then start over. Because sometimes if you foolishly push through, you may cause more damage than if you had stopped. Sometimes I am someone that's never afraid to ask myself the question, should we just start over? Should we just
say that all the time?
This?
It's like, should we just
let's just scrap this? I'm quick to say, let's just scrap this and start again. Remember when we were filming yesterday, this series? We filmed a video that
an hour and like 20 minutes
long, and then we found out that her camera wasn't rolling.
1 hour, guys, and 20 minutes, and we scrapped the whole thing, and here we are again.
We scrapped that episode.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And we're going to film it again right after this, actually.
Yes.
And here's the thing: when you realize you should step back, the sooner you realize it, the better. Than going all the way to the end. Because yesterday we had wanted to say, okay, let's just film your close-up alone. Let's patch. Would have been sitting in the editing room cussing under our breaths that how did we think we were going to
this was going to be
it was never going to work.
Shout out to
and that's
Salem.
something that shout out to Salem. That's something that has been a theme through since day one
Yeah.
with New Girl.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Fashion Girl when Esme and Summer are walking through the park.
Oh yeah.
And we shot that like 3 times. I think it's the third day, third reshoot
finally
that was
got it.
successful.
Yeah. Even best friends.
Even in Best Friends, but we've had days that we've just said, you know what,
shoot and
yesterday
start
was
again.
trash.
Yeah,
We're going to
start
do that again.
Yeah. And it came out good.
And however this applies to your life, even if you don't work in film and production, you know, adjust it to your own parameters. But it's really important advice. And it's something that I've learned from our parents.
Yeah,
And our moms specifically.
I was about to
because
reference that.
Mommy is never afraid to say, "Oh, you should go and rest first." She'll say,
And
"You know,
they say eat.
yes." My dad will say, "Pause, come and sit down and eat. Your head is hot." Because
might be
sometimes
hungry.
you'll be doing things in anger just because you want to prove that you know what you're doing, or that you can achieve it.
Yeah, because that's another thing, working with in an angry mood.
Yes, the mindset
blundering
is
left and
important.
right, making goofy mistakes that you will later regret.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might not even be that the project is terrible, it might be you personally.
Yes.
You're not in the zone,
Right
your
mind frame.
yeah, you're unhappy, something's going on. That's not when you now say, let me push. You should feel good and be happy with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Do the work that no one sees. This one, we learned it by force and we're still learning it till today. So let me explain. Starting off with Neptune3 Studios in 2018, it was just me, Mima, Jael.
Lofty dreams.
Lofty dreams, big dreams. And it's great that we had big dreams, but we didn't understand the work behind it. We didn't understand how involved we were going to be involved in the work. Over the past few years, I've learned so many things that I've never imagined I would learn. They're not my interests. In fact, sometimes they bore me. But what makes them interesting is I have a destination. I have somewhere that I'm going. And I have to know these things because if I don't do it, nobody will. I cannot hire the person that would have done it. I don't have money. I'm just a independent filmmaker. How am I going to pack 20 people around me that I can't afford and then make my film? No, I'd rather sacrifice myself to make the film. Contracts, accounting. Thankfully now we have a lawyer.
Thankfully.
But that legal services is something we've got right from the beginning. But I had to learn how to read contracts. I had to learn how to account. I still do some low level and high level accounting for the studio. You have to learn how to do production stuff like recce and scouting for location, talents, casting. I've cast most of our productions
for production.
Yes. I've cast most of our productions, and it's not because I'm a casting director. I had to learn to know what I'm looking for. Because who else was I going to call? It's recently that we started working with casting directors and seeing what that life is like. But it's something that I still enjoy and I will still do. Because I ended up realizing that I like picking the talents because
also,
as the writer, I know who, which is a double-edged sword. I mean, but
it's also helped.
Yeah, but it's also been great because that's how we handpicked our Best Friends in the World cast, who is beloved today.
The casts for the series,
And sometimes when you do those things that you didn't know you could do, you learn so much about yourself.
You excel at them.
You excel at them. You know, you had to force me to learn editing, to learn how to sound. She taught me how to, because she learned film and video production, but I learned computer animation. So she learned how to be on set. I was just behind the camera, behind the computer, rather. So you taught me, boom is supposed to be like this. So now I'm the one that's also
upper back strength.
Yeah, I built. If you see my back, I don't gym, but if you see my back, boom. You know, so you learn all that stuff, and that's how you succeed.
So that's the thing when we say you do the work. Lots of people, young people, unfortunately, don't like that great work in the back.
They want to shine.
They just want to come into the limelight, and that's the only work. And it's not going to happen. And this applies to even actors.
Yeah.
You cannot just say, I want to come and act in a movie and take a script. You have to do the gritty work.
You have to be an extra.
I'm even talking about even in your house. You have to rehearse. You have to be rehearsing every day. You have to do what's that thing? Vocal range. There's so many things you have to do behind the scenes before you even step into an audition. And then when you even do the audition, you start from the waka pass.
Yes.
Which is the next.
You shouldn't come on set and say, sorry, my voice is not loud. So what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Or you're talking, you can't enunciate. That's some of the background work you should be doing. One thing I've observed in some young people today, or in some people today, is they want to take credit for the work they haven't done. And somebody can tell when you have done the homework.
Yep.
It humbles you. Doing the work humbles you. You're no longer eager to shine, and put your face. You're even held back
careful.
because the responsibility scares you.
Lot, yeah.
You know what it means to hold that responsibility. But when you haven't done anything before, you're the first to jump forward.
No matter what happens, you say, you know
Yes.
what? I can do it, and then you goof big time.
And you goof big time.
You might not even goof big time in a way that people will make you know you've goofed, but people are taking notes.
And it's not false humility, and we're not promoting false humility here. We're talking about putting your head down and focusing on the task that you're supposed to do. Not you come to set and you don't know your lines. Or you come to set, you're supposed to be running sound and, we don't have batteries.
Like, exactly.
So what did you plan?
For a whole week or a whole month.
Or you don't know how to use the equipment that they told you were going to use.
Yeah.
All that lack of preparedness just makes you look irresponsible, makes you look like I wouldn't call you back if I was the one working with you.
Yeah, and I think this applies to every field.
And I'm talking generally here.
Because I mean, even if you say, I'm just a content creator, all I need to do is go on my phone and my charger and I'm there. But when you get there, where are you shooting? Where's the event happening?
Yeah.
Where is it taking place?
Yeah.
Have you looked to see, what angles can I stand at? Where's the speaker or where's the person my client is going to be?
Yeah.
This also applies to what other fields, creator, doctor, nurse, whoever you are. You have to do the work behind the scenes in your corner before you step out. Even public speaking.
Yes.
Anything, you have to do the work that no one sees first.
Yep.
So that when you step in front of an audience or when you're in front at your job, you look like a pro. You sound like a pro. I mean, and people say, oh my God, you're so good. You do it effortlessly. They don't know the work you put behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So that's something to note. Audience over algorithms. Trends fade, but people stay.
So when you're creating content, when you're making film, when you're making something come to life, at the end of the day, the audience is the consumer. People are the consumers.
Yeah.
You want to come off as a human being. You want your work to reflect your humanity, that you're speaking to people from your heart. And something I've observed recently, especially in our world of content creation, is that a lot of the time, if you're just jumping on trend, your audience won't connect with you because we don't know who you are. We don't know what kind of person is asking us to follow them. There was a discussion a couple months ago or a couple years ago about, it was basically, let me just say Beyonce versus Rihanna. And it was because at the time Fenty was really popular. And people were talking about how Fenty had blown up and everybody loved it because Rihanna was so involved and so engaged with the brand. Anytime you think Fenty, you see Rihanna, you see her wearing the lip gloss, you see her using the foundation, you see her using the products. She brings you into her world. She's like, get ready with me for blah, blah, blah. And she's just doing all her thing. And then Beyonce put out Sacred, which was the hairline. Even before that, she had put out Ivy Park, which was the athletics collaboration with Adidas. And when they were like, why isn't Beyonce, her products blowing up in such a personal way? Why don't we connect with her brand the way we connect with Rihanna's? And someone made a video about how it's because Beyonce is such a mysterious figure. She doesn't let you into who she is, into what she's about, into the story behind the brand or what she's creating. So you see her, you revere her, you're in awe, but you don't know her. But you feel like Rihanna is your best friend. You feel like we hang out. You feel, you know her kids, you know her husband or baby daddy, I don't know what he is, but you know her partner and you know her, you feel like you know her life. It's a perception you have which endears you to her, even though obviously you don't know who she is. But Beyonce is really mysterious. She's just up there You love her, but do you love her products? You don't love her products because you don't know who she is. So it's interesting how your product is tied to you.
Yep.
Which is part of the reason why we started doing this video series. We want you guys to see the humans behind Neptune3.
Yes. We're not
For the
just
longest,
machines.
we were happy being behind the scenes and just doing the work. But we're personalizing it now so that you know that there's intentionality and heart behind the work we do. It's not just about, oh, make a viral video or make another episode. There's human beings. So that when we tell you, oh, production delays, when we tell you there's production delays or, oh, sorry, this episode can't come out, you're not just thinking, is it not just to upload it? We're not part of the YouTube algorithm. We're not machines.
Yeah.
We're human beings. And sometimes we get sick. I remember when the last episode of Fashion Girl was about to come out, something had happened. There was a issue with the export. I had to go back in. And we had promised that the finale would show on Saturday morning instead of Friday night as we'd promised. I was on my deathbed. Well, not my deathbed. I was deathly sick. I was so ill. Like, my face was black with illness. You know, only raccoon they call me from morning to night.
Oh my God.
My face was black with illness.
Search photo of you.
Yeah, I wish I should be taking selfies of myself in those times. I was basically really sick and I sat up all night. It was my second all-nighter.
Oh my God.
I was sitting up all night.
Trying to
export the episode. Sometimes I'll be... Then I'll wake up, I'll see 1:45 a.m. I'll say, oh no, it's almost morning. I went back to the episode. This is not the first time this is happening. We do this, we did this with Best Friend. We've done
since
this.
The inception
it happens
of
because we're human beings. We get tired, we get sick, we're exhausted. Sometimes, we don't have the will to move on, but we push through. And when you see us talking like this, and we tell you, hey guys, we're going to have to delay this new project that we've announced, or something happens, which hopefully wouldn't be a recurring thing with us. But when something happens, you're able to see my face, see her face, and think, oh, they're trying. Let me, let's ease off a bit. Let's encourage them. Let's give them some grace. Let's forgive them. On the other hand, when we tell you we have a new project coming out, you're not just thinking, oh, Neptune3 Studios is putting out it. You're thinking, Jemima and Jessie have something coming out. You feel connected to us. And hopefully,
more human.
As you see us, yes, you humanize us more. So, because we're human beings. And now our final lesson, lesson 7, protect your why.
Because burnout doesn't come from hard work. It comes from disconnection. It's easy to get discouraged and say, oh, you know what? Who's even sending me to do this? Let me pack it up and go. But when you remember the why you started, you remember the why you're doing this, you remember the why, who it's for as well, and what your message or your vision or your mission is, it becomes a lot easier because you're connected to the project. The joy of doing it from start to finish is what propels you through. It's what takes you through that point of disinterest. Because it's not all the time you're excited to do the thing you love.
You're not always motivated.
Yeah, you're not always motivated. Sometimes you're not in the mood. But when you remember the why you're doing it, or that is always constant in your head, it's easier to push through. The relief and the joy that comes from finishing at the end makes it worth it.
Yeah. Yesterday, when our video, your close-up didn't record, we asked ourselves, who sent us work?
We're like, we're at home.
We were on holiday. We were chilling. We now stood up and came here. At that point, we had to remind ourselves that there's something we want to say through these videos. That's how we want to be perceived through these videos. We will lose all of that if we don't make the videos. And we said, you know what, let's step back, recoup, regroup, and try again, which obviously we're here today and things are going well, hopefully. We'll know when we review the videos. But that was our why for this. Same thing with our actual project. It's like, why do we make films? When we completed our degrees or when we were just entering our degrees, we asked ourselves, why are we coming back to Nigeria? It's like, oh, we want to become the Disney of Africa. We can't do it outside of Africa. So we have to come back into Africa, come into Nigeria, and make our
Get
projects
used to
there.
even
We have to
being,
be here in the space.
see
We have
how
to
it
be
works.
influenced by this culture. We have to put Nigerian faces on the screens. We have to work with Nigerians. And that was our why. And every time we're discouraged, and I was like, you can't become the Disney of Africa by not putting out new episodes or by not putting out new films.
By stop taking a long holiday.
Yes, or by going on a long break. And it's like, why do we want to become the Disney of Africa? We know what growing up watching some of those shows did for us, expanded our imagination, allowed us to dream, or validated our dreams. And we want to create all that we're creating so that other people's dreams can be validated. We want people to watch Neptune3 Productions and think, I want to make stuff like that. Or, wow, those people made that. I also wanted to do,
do like
and
this.
see a roadmap. We want to be a roadmap for other creators to create. That's our why. And when you have that, in fact, we should print it somewhere in this office. But when you have that in the back of your mind and you don't let people corrupt it, because somebody can come and say, the Disney of Africa. So Disney is the end all be all. Disney is the goal. I was like, no, you fool.
Oh my God. Oh wow, because see,
people will piss you off. If you let people question your why, you can lose it. You can lose your connection to it. But you protect it like you protect your inner child. Don't let people poison it. Don't let people say, "Oh, you people with your horrible boom is always in your shot." Did Disney have boom in their shot? Or you people, you release every 1 a year. Did Disney release 1 a year? I said I'm going there now. Did I say I'm there?
Really, I'm going there. Oh my God! Because sometimes even answering these questions can make you doubt.
Protecting your why also means being careful who you tell it to. Like we just told the whole world, but you can't shake me now, Sha. But
we're telling you so you can find yours, and hold on to it for dear life. Because right now where we are, there's nothing on this planet that can deter us from our pathway. I think through our journey, I was about to say, through the journey, the period we took a long break after Best Friends in the World, a lot of that was happening to us. A lot of why did we even? You know what? Even if we go away forever, it's okay. We've tried. There were so many things that went through our minds. We were exhausted. I think we'd even lost the connection as to why we were doing it. But I think once we started getting ourselves back, remembering, we had to even go back and watch all our previous productions. We went through Best Friends, Table for Two, and then we said, you know what? We remember the why. Come on, let's get up. We were doing honorable mention to Salem, but. Yes, he was like, come on, girls. There's a lot of.
We were actually doing it. We were not far from our dream, and we are not basically right now.
But it was so easy to disconnect because we were exhausted. Even when we had lost the path, or we had lost the why basically. But it was so nice that once again our support system, our parents, really, our family, just really said, you know what, you guys understood. But remember this and this and this, and then I think slowly we started coming in.
When your why is strong, when somebody reminds you of it, it energizes you. Your why needs to be strong. It can't be some feeble thing that when you say, it's not because you say, I beg, throw that thing away. No, your why should be a rock that is immovable. It should be solid. It should be something that when you hear it, when somebody reminds you that this is why you started, you're like, you know what? It immediately diminishes the obstacles, and you're like, okay, I have what it takes to go.
And that's something I think everybody, not even just creators, you're put on this earth for a reason. So you find out why, and then you work towards it. Drown out the noise. I know it's easy to say and hard to do, can be difficult to do, but if you have the right support system, you remember, you should even write it down. You should have a note somewhere where you write, you know what, this is my plan and this is what I'm going to do, that you can always glance so far and look. And then to tie in all we've said, you have to do, when you first just do it, you have the idea, you do it, you execute, you have a great support system, you don't listen to the naysayers, you push on with your why, and you do the work, even though it's terrible, you get better by doing. These are tools we've learned. There's a lot more. But these are some of the key things we've used over the years that have helped us be where we are today.
And we will continue to apply it because these things we've learned, you don't stop learning.
Yeah.
As a creator, you are
Yes.
constantly evolving, constantly becoming, constantly growing. It's not about the end destination. What you find out at some point is that the journey outweighs the destination, and enjoying the journey, getting through the journey, surviving the journey, that's the joy of life.
Yeah.
Life is not really about the destination, because where's the destination? It's the grave. We're all going to die. But it's about how you live your life and how you adjust to the
Changes.
the changes, the tosses and turning.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty and that's the power of, being a creative, is that you get to make.
Yeah. And I think another thing that sometimes can be downplayed is being a creator. Naturally, you always have people who look up to you. It's just something you cannot, it comes with it.
It's
You
a power.
Yeah, you become
It's a responsibility.
someone people look up to, an inspiration. As people with great ideas, once you start executing and once you start doing them, you're going to have people in the similar fields, or people who just really resonate with how you're doing. And then they look up to you. So it's not just even anymore about you, it's now about the impact you're creating in other people's lives.
And a final word from the creator's desk. As the creator, God creates, so do I, so does she, so do you. I never forget what my source is. Mm-hmm. God in me and through me. That's how I live my life.
Yep.
I'm very careful, we're very careful what we leave on this earth as legacy, as footprints, as evidence of our existence, because it's a responsibility and a power to be able to bring something to life. Mm-hmm. And you don't play with that. You don't joke with that.
Yeah.
And I implore you today, even as you're going through your creative journey, don't take it for granted. So we're all creators, 7 lessons in 7 years. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you in the next video.
On our special anniversary edition.
Happy anniversary to us. 7 years of Neptune 3.